So what's up, YouTube? I thought I'd do another rare, mostly type of band video, and I'll get back to the more popular ones again. But I'm going to go with a blues setting, sort of like southern rock, blues-based type bands. And I'm not going to include like Cinderella or Great White or bands that were popular from this era that had success. I'm going to do bands. One had one hit. That's it that I'm doing on this list on the charts. I'm going to look at the bands that weren't quite very popular and they didn't last very long. So I figured I'd give them some little loving. So I have two groups of three here, and the first group will be the most popular ones I talk about, and then the last three. So I just want to jump right into it. The first one I already talked about before. I think it was on bands that have like one record. That's Black Eyed Susan, Electric Rattlebone. Now that's Dean Davidson. He left Britney Fox after Boys in Heat, and he formed Black Eyed Susan. And just to be clear, I'm going to try to put song clips, not very long ones, just to give you an idea at the end of each album I talk about. This album is definitely nothing like Britney Fox. It's bluesy, hard rock, naturally. There's even like a sitar in one of these songs. Indica, maybe that's it. That's an instrumental, I think. She's So Fine. Kind of reminds you of like She's So Lonely, but it's, like I said, more bluesy from Britney Fox. None of It Matters. Ride With Me is the most famous song. It's on Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man soundtrack. I think it plays as the credits roll. Great song, the best song on the album in my opinion. Best of Friends, another ballad. So yeah, they actually made a second album called Just a Taste or something like that. It's on my wish list on Discogs, but it was only on cassette and a demo. They never released it, but you can sometimes find one on Discogs. So that's Black Eyed Susan. I'll play Ride With Me and She's So Fine. I think that was a single also. There we go, Black Eyed Susan. So next up, this might be the most popular band on the list, but I'm going to say it's the second most popular band on this list. That's Tattoo Rodeo. Now they made two albums, and they're definitely, just by looking at like the Longhorns and the album cover, it's going to be probably more like southern rock and bluesy based. And Dennis Churchill Dries, or Dries, I think it's Dries, was the singer, and he was in White Sister. It was like an 80s hard rock AOR band. They did several songs from the Killer Party movie off one, I think it was the first album from 1986, and then that band broke up and he formed Tattoo Rodeo. And they had made a couple videos. Been Your Fool for the Last Time. That was one, maybe the biggest song on the album. Sweet Little Vicky, Everybody Wants What She's Got. It's all Tell Me Why, One Way Love, Hard Like a Rock. It's Blonde Ambition. It's, when you listen to White Sister, it's nothing like Dennis on these two albums. He's definitely got that southern twang type to his voice. And they actually made a second album, which I have, which no one talks about, and that's Skin, the second album from '95. They have 2 Days Gone, very, very bluesy, awesome song. Chamber of Mary's Guns, slower, bluesy based song. I'm Blackened Again, hard, heavy riff, bluesy based. Can't Keep My Good Woman Down, or Can't Keep My Woman Down, definitely a blues southern rock song. Charity, a ballad. So you get the idea. They were around for about 5-6 years, and then they broke up and haven't been together since. So I'll play "Been Your Fool" from this album, and from the Skin album, what the hell, we'll play "2 Days Gone," the lead off track. So here's Tattoo Rodeo. So next up on the list is probably the most popular band on the list, and that's not saying much. That's Tangier. I think they're from Philadelphia, and they definitely southern hard rock, bluesy type band. However, they have a debut album, which is self-titled, which I don't have. It's quite a collector's item now. You can find it on Discogs. I think there's a couple on available. It was a black background. I'll put the picture here, and it was AOR, and it sounds awesome because I love AOR, but the production was kind of weak, and it was on a really small indie label, and almost like a demo album. Then they changed their sound. Bill Mattson and I forget what other band member came over from the debut. The rest were all new members for this album, and they had a hit with "On the Line." It hit the top 100. It's a good song. "Southbound Train" was another single, really good song too. "Sweet Surrender," very bluesy. "Pull My Ripcord," that's a cool way of saying dick. Lead off track, very bluesy. "Mississippi," obviously that's definitely you can tell that's like just by the name alone, southern rock, hard rock song. So yeah, it's a good album, 4 wins. And then Bill Mattson left, and they hired Mike LeCompte for "Stranded." That's the album cover now. I'm trying to get the glare out of the way. And their video on this album, the self-titled song, featured a young Pamela Anderson from 1991 before she got Tommy Lee and ruined herself. But yeah, she looks really good in the video. I can play that at the end real quick to give you an idea. Moving on down the line, a lead-off track, very bluesy, hard rock. "Since You've Been Gone," very good ballad, maybe my favorite off the album. And then you got, like I said, the title track. Yeah, I don't know which one I prefer. And I also like the debut that you don't see ever on vinyl. So I'll play 3. So I'll give you the idea. Here's a debut, AOR. Then I'll play "On the Line" because it was a hit, just to see if anybody remembers it. And then I'll play the "Stranded" video featuring Tangier. Next up, you hear it playing in the background. There's not a lot of information I have on this band. I don't know a lot about them. I rarely listen to them. From LA, produced by Dana Strum, Mark Slaughter, and Vinnie Vincent Invasion. "Sister Whiskey," their only release. and it's very bluesy, but it has some hard songs. Moonshine's my favorite on the album you heard in the background. Simple Man, the lead single, I think they made a video for that. Is a really good song too. There's a lot of like 2 or 3 really good ballads. This one's Keep Waiting, you can hear it playing. So you hear the southern style, even though they're from LA. So I don't know why they didn't really make it big. Maybe because what year was it? 92, I think. That would probably be why. 91 or 92. Shit. Not sure which year. It doesn't say it on the back. '93. Oh shit! No wonder they didn't make it big. Grunge was way in at that time. So, and they're very southern based, even though they're in LA. The sound is from the South and more than LA. So it's not the LA sound, but it's a good album. Check it out if you want something different. I'll play Simple Man here. Next up, also from LA, one album only. See, I told you these bands have a lot in common other than just the blues. Soul Kitchen. Now, unlike Sister Whiskey, this band is definitely not quite as heavy. They're definitely more, I wouldn't say light rock, but they're on the lighter scale of the blues hard rock sound. I Need It Bad was the lead-off single. There was a video for that. Carry Me is a great ballad. Hit the Mother Load, it's very bluesy. Like I said, I'll Meet You at the Back Door to Heaven, that's a great ballad. Best song on the album, in my opinion. One Way Ticket Man, bluesy song. So I don't know very much about this band, even less than Sister Whiskey, because I could talk about Danish Rum, but this one, yeah, they came and went pretty much in one album. LA sound, I think it was before Sister Whiskey. Let's see, what year is this one? 92, so it was 1 year before. Also at the end of the hard rock pop sound because the grunge. So I'll play Back Door to Heaven. Last but not least, this band had one album, and somehow a live album. I just looked it up on Discogs and I didn't know about it, but one studio album. And they were on 2 different soundtracks, 2 years apart, or a year apart, from 1992, from North Carolina, Copperhead. The first song, Busted, is a pretty good hard rock song, southern bass blues hard rock song, featured, which I talked about in, I think briefly when I did one of those signings, was Dr. Giggle's soundtrack. That soundtrack is very interesting. It has a lot of bands that were like hard rock, hair metal bands, a couple grungy bands, and a couple alternative bands. I even think 10 Drum, the one with David Bowie's on there. I could be wrong, or not 10 Drum, or what the hell? That's fucking Diesel Doll. 10 Machine. I think they're on there. I don't know. I have to look, but they had like 10-Foot Men and all these weird ass bands. Copperhead was Busted was on the soundtrack. I might pick that soundtrack up because it's very odd. All these random bands that never made it. And they also have a song called Whiskey too, just like Sister Whiskey. And just like Black Eyed Susan, they were in a Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man. The last song off this album, Long Way From Home, the most popular song from them probably, is also from the Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man. So all these bands have all these fucking things in common. It's crazy. I haven't listened to this one forever. The Scar's a good one. Hard Living and Long Way From Home. So yeah, this was their only album, Copperhead. They were from the South. Unlike the rest of these bands, for some fucking reason, they had the Southern sound, but they weren't from the South. So I'll play the one people know, maybe from Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, Long Way From Home. So those are just 6 different random forgotten bands for the most part that I wanted to talk about. Something a little different. I haven't done a blues-based type band compilation before, so I figure everybody knows like the Cinderellas of the world. So there's those bands for you, and it's weird how they had same name of song, same sound, same city they were from. 2 of them fired their original singer. But 2 of them are on the same soundtrack. It's crazy. So thanks for watching. If you came this far, I know a lot of people probably wouldn't ever listen to these bands, but like I like to give a shout out to these bands that never made it. Just that's what I do. And I'll put a video here like I always do. As always, YouTube, keep on rocking, and I'll see you soon. Hope you had a great holiday. If you celebrated Easter, see ya.